Hacienda Ford is offering 0 interest for 72 months and 0 payments for 90 days on any new vehicle on our lot to get you going where you need to be. Hacienda has it.
All right, we'll bring you tonight's game between your mighty PSJA High Bears and the intra-district rivals, the Raiders from PSJA North. It's Texas high school football, and there is no better place to be than here at beautiful DHR Healthfield. I'm Javi Martinez, and with me is the Rocket Man, Robert Elizondo. It's week 2 of District 36A, and we have a barn burner of a game for you tonight. Bears-Raiders, Rio Grande Valley's game of the week, and it doesn't get any better. The heated rivalry, Bears-Raiders. Robert, what are you thinking about tonight's football game?
Put the kids to sleep. Get ready for a good game tonight, Javi. You're getting into one of the best rivalries here in the Rio Grande Valley. Your PSJA Bears versus your PSJA North Raiders. These guys have as much love as Jennifer Garner and that guy who's still in the stint on rehab there.
Well,
so not a lot of love lost here, but what makes this even more exciting, Javi, is the records coming into district play. Both teams 1-0. So winner got the upper hand in district play.
it's identical records. Both teams in first place. Both teams have big games coming up next week, but we can't look forward. It is a big, big game, huge crowd, and here we go with a kickoff. The Bears with a big boot fielded right at the inch line, brought back. Slow return, slow developing return, but he's got some room now. Gets to the 15, 20, 25, 30, right in front of the Raiders bench, and he's going to scoot out at about the 35-yard line. So not too much excitement on the inception of that kickoff return, but at the end, it was a great kickoff return, and the Raiders are going to have good, solid field position.
Not too much excitement, excuse me. That was in the hands of number 3, Arturo Beltran. That's a playmaker for the Raiders there, and that's exactly what he did as he takes it out to the right-hand side, up the sideline, all the way to the 42-yard line of the Raiders. And did you see that block off over here? It was a decleater. And I think that opened up the run there, and they are going to have a good start here. The Raiders, good momentum going into this first drive.
It was a very good kickoff return, solid field position for the Raiders. They are led by the quarterback, Isaiah Rangel. He's going to keep it on first down. Attacking, he's got a big gaping hole. Luckily for the Bears, he was tripped up. If not, it would have been lights out off to the races. The Raiders come up with a big, strong run on first down, get about 6 to 7 yards.
Schoolhouse left on that play. As we see the linemen zone blocking down to the left, they get their blocks, like you said, Javi. And if it's not for that shoestring tackle, the quarterback, Rangel, would probably still be running right now. And so fortunate for the Bears there, it is only a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3 here on their first drive.
Big pickup on first down for the Raiders, a heavy team that likes to rush the ball. And again, they're going to give it up the middle, bounces off one defender, mid at the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard. It's going to bring up a very manageable third down here on the opening drive for the Raiders.
So a blitz called by the defensive coordinator of the Bears off that right-hand side of the offense by the defensive back coming up. Might have thrown that play off just a little bit and minimized the yardage gain there, but they do gain 1 yard, setting up a 3rd and 2. And the lineman coming out, running to that line, getting ready to set there, Javi.
And quick tempo for the Raiders on 3rd and short. They're going to try to pick up the first down. They give it to their playmaker, Beltran. He makes a couple of people miss, and he's off to the races at the 30, 20. He's got 2 defenders to beat. They're not going to touch him. Touchdown, Raiders. The Raiders with a quick strike. That is Arturo Beltran, and the Raiders will strike first. Quick touchdown on the very first possession, Robert.
Strike first, strike fast. I'm thinking we're here in the Karate Kid here.
Cobra Kai style, baby.
Cobra Kai, exactly. And they give it to their playmaker. You see a little pitch pass here forward. Beltran sees the opening. The defender gets sucked in. That's one thing you don't want to teach your defensive backs to do. You're the last line of defense on the outside, and he gets sucked in. Sets a perfect run there for Beltran as he scoots in through the edge. The field goal is up. The field goal is good. 7-0 Bears at the inception of this game. I told you.
opened Alex Laurent with the intention to give people in Brownsville and those who visit us a very unique experience in the area of retail. We saw the need to give people a personal experience that only a boutique could provide. Here in Alex Laurent, what we work for is searching for different pieces, textures we bring from India, from Mexico, trying to make this a different experience. The people to find treasures here in their own valley. It's a pleasure to welcome everybody and making them a part of our family. We invite you to discover Brownsville. You can't miss it.
PSJA Stadium tonight.
Interesting you say that they've given up 453 yards on defense, Javi. On offense, they've actually been able to accumulate an average of 453 yards. So one weakness cancels that the strength, and one strength cancels their weakness. So speaking of canceling out, both these teams came in 2-2 overall, 1-0 in district. So you know, you knew you were going to have yourself a game tonight. You want to put a little bit extra spice on it, make this a rivalry game, and you got yourselves perfect South Texas football on a Friday night.
And the Bears with a big return, met at the 27-yard line. So that's where Trey Guajardo and company will have the ball for the first time this evening as they trail with 10-16 remaining in the first quarter, 7-0.
So the ball on the 27-yard line after that kick-off return, but we know that the Bears don't need a lot of time to score.
No, they
as
don't.
They've shown through the season, Javi. These young men out there can just light it up at a moment's notice. So I guarantee you the Raiders are prepared for that. And so let's see what the Bears have drawn up here in their preparation against their sister schools, PSJA North.
Trey Guajardo comes into the game with 1,387 yards passing, 15 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he gets another completion. He's going to add to his total yards of passing right there. That'll be sort of a extended handoff, if you a safe play, get the rhythm going. A good 4 or 5 yard pickup on first down.
Absolutely, Javi. We've seen this done throughout the season, so this is nothing new for the Bears. They set up that short passing game to hit you big and deep later on in the ball game.
Yeah, they kind of lull you to sleep. They throw underneath a lot, and then they go over the top here on second down. Flores in motion, keeper up the middle to Vasquez. Bit of running room, does a good job of overpowering a couple defenders. He's going to be close to the first down marker, and in fact, they are going to say he picks up enough for a first down. So just like the Raiders do, the Bears come out swinging, and they pick up a first down as well.
After 2 plays, you're absolutely right. They pick up the necessary yardage to move the chains there, and so the Raiders expecting another one of those long handoffs that you talked about with those passes, but they sneakily give it up to the back up the middle. He's able to plunge forward and move the chains there for the Bears here. 9 minutes and 14 seconds. Ball's on the 39 of the Bears.
And the Bears with under 10 seconds on the play clock. Man in motion. 3 receivers to the left. Guajardo rolls out to his left, finds that man in motion, picks him up. A lot of big running room right there. He's going to cut across the field. He's got a lot of speed right there. And that is Ethan Castillo, who picks up about 17 yards on that pass play from Guajardo. And that should be another Bear first down.
Ethan Castillo with great vision there is able to cut it across the field. Here we see the quarterback rolling out to his left, fires it there to Castillo, who makes a good grab, picking up that low pass, cuts it across the field, is able to elude there number 30, shake the tackle off and move upfield, setting up a 1st and 10 for the Bears.
The Bears pose a nightmare for defensive backs. They have a lot of speed, a wealth of talent on that receiving core. And the Bears back to action right here. They're going to give it to their running back, Vasquez. Vasquez going to get met rudely at the line of scrimmage, but still Vasquez picks up about 2 to 3 yards on first down.
Yeah, rudely was correct. That defense came at him good. They got good pursuit on the Raider side of the ball there and limit his yards gained to only 2 on that play. It took a little time for that play to develop.
Right.
And so it allowed the defense to get to the ball carrier rather quickly there.
Vasquez comes into the ball game with 312 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns on the season. A quick pass by Guajardo to Guajardo, I believe. That was Marco Guajardo with the reception. Nothing to do with it. They're going to give him about a yard, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and long upcoming for the Bears on their opening possession.
Guadio next Garcia, number 1, the defense back for the Raiders. Must have watched a lot of film as he was ready to make a play on that pass and quickly makes a tackle for a loss of about one there, Javi.
Yeah, they're going to say he lost a yard on that reception, so it'll be 3rd and 9. The Raiders with 3 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers, 4 defensive backs. The Bears countering with 4 receivers, an empty backfield. Guajardo rolls to his right, fires, finds a man open. Can he pick up the first down? He sure does. He gets to about the 31-yard line. He had to get to the 33. So that'll be another Bear first down. Big pickup on 3rd down.
So the Guajardo to Castillo connection working well to move those chains today. As they see him roll out to the right here, cocks his arm and throws it down. Good catch by Castillo. Makes a nifty move there, moves it upfield to move the chains. 1st and 10, your PSJA High Bears moving the ball here now in the Raider 31-yard line.
It'll be a new set of downs for Guajardo and the Bear offense as they trail here early, midway through the first quarter, 7-0. The Bears trying to match a touchdown by the Raiders on their opening possession. It's a jet sweep to Flores. He can outflank the defense. Great effort right there by that stingy defense of the Raiders.
J.J. Navarrete, number 9 for the Raiders, the senior defensive back. Your outside linebacker does an excellent job closing in on that runner. He keys on his key, makes the tackle. Now 2nd and 12 for the Bears as we see the officials call a timeout here. We might have some laundry on the field. Let's see what they're deciding here, Javi.
After the play was over, dead ball, unsportsmanlike, number 7 of the offense. It's a 15-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Wow, that's a big penalty right there. I didn't even see the penalty. I didn't see the flag. But after the play, they say the Bears running back committed a major foul. And what should have been 2nd and 12 is going to be now 1st and 25. That pushes the Bears all the way back to the Raiders' 48-yard line.
So you're right, Javi. They said after the play there, though, Javi. So is that a 1st and 25 or is that 2nd and 25?
Well, good question. They're going to say it was during the play because it's still 1st down. Because if it was after the play, it would have been 2nd down.
I heard after the play there, but fortunate for the Bears, they do mark it 1st and 25. Guajardo rolls out to his right, looking for a person open. Nobody's there. Rolls back out to his left. Can't find anybody open. Tucks the ball in. Moves it up the left-hand side. Raiders quickly closing in on him, but he's able to move the ball upfield almost to cover the yardage lost there, Javi.
A great scramble right there by Guajardo. Great secondary job right there by the Raider defense. Guajardo could not find a receiver. Keeps it along the far sideline right in front of the Raiders. And as we see here in the replay, just nowhere to go. Almost a quarterback keeper, if you will. He decided early to keep it. Great stop and jab move right there. He eludes a couple defenders, takes up valuable yards. It'll be 2nd and long, though. Excuse me, it will be 3rd down. So you were correct. It was a 1st down. And then the penalty, he picks up 10 of the penalty yards on that run. It'll be 3rd and 14 now, upcoming for the Bears. Guajardo fires, fires. He has Flores, great reception. He's going to scoot up to the 17-yard line, and that'll be more than enough for a 1st down.
And that's a backbreaker there for the Raiders here, 3rd and long. And Guajardo with great vision down the field finds Flores streaking across just enough to move the chains there. You're right, Javi. 1st and 10 Bears. A missed opportunity for the Raider defense there as they're unable to close it out on 3rd and long. Bears now knocking at the door inside red zone territory with the ball on the 17-yard line. 5:33 scores 7-0 in favor of the Raiders.
That was a big-time hookup, 18 yards right there. Guajardo to Flores, 1st down. Guajardo drops back. He throws, fires. It is almost intercepted. I want to say that was Mr. Reina right there that almost got that interception. Yes, that was Ryan Reina, who has 37 tackles on the year. He almost came up with a big interception.
Big interception for the big boy, Ryan Reina there, as he still kind of upset at himself. Yeah, you missed it. But, again, that does stop the clock, 5:19. It gives the Bears another opportunity. And both home crowds, because they're really basically playing a home game here.
Well, yeah, this stadium is here in Far, where PSJA North resides. Of course, it is called PSJA Stadium because PSJA High Bears are the originators. So on 2nd and 10, man in motion, Guajardo gives it to Vasquez around the left side. tries to elude a tackler, avoids one, falls forward to about the 17-yard line. It'll be about a 3 or 4 yard pickup, but that'll bring up a 3rd and 6 or 7 for the Bears.
A little misdirection on that play as the line blocks down to the right. They hand it off to Vasquez going left. The defensive end does a good job being disciplined, keeping the edge there. That linebacker comes up to make the tackle. Good job by the defense. 3rd and 6 here now. The ball on the 13-yard line for the Bears.
So the Bears need to pick up 6 yards. The interesting thing will be whether they pick it up or go for it on 4th down. And Guajardo sits in the pocket. Heavy pressure. He's under pressure. Eludes the pressure. Fires, throws. He's got a man wide open, and it is dropped. Wow, that would have maybe been definitely a 1st down, possibly a touchdown. Dropped on 3rd down. That brings up a 4th and 6 upcoming for the Bears.
Justin Morales just a little bit too anxious to turn and run before securing the ball, Javi. And you could hear it from up here.
Yeah.
The crowd over here just shouts, ooh, as he scrambles here. Does a wonderful job eluding number 90 there. Finds a wide open number 12, Justin Morales, who's just doinks that ball.
Yeah, that was Aaron Alvarez, who has 9 tackles for a loss, who almost got the quarterback sack. It's going to be a 31-yard field goal, and the kick is up, and it is successful. So both teams take the opening drives. They score. The Raiders, though, get a touchdown from Beltran. The Bears get a field goal. It is 7-3 with 4:25 remaining in the first quarter.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Remaining in the first quarter, each team scores on their opening possessions. It's 7-3 Raiders in a highly contested ball game that the winner's going to get a leg up in district play. Both teams come in at 1-0 in district. Both teams have very big games upcoming next week as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Javi. Again, you said 1-0, so the team that walks away here 2-0 would be about halfway through district with a chance to make the playoffs. A very good chance there. And again, the Raiders kind of surprising this home crowd here with that quick score. The Bears not too bad on that first drive as they were able to move the ball methodically, but unable to get the 7 points needed to square up this game.
Yeah, very rare. The Bears usually finish with a touchdown. This time they don't. And that kickoff's going to sail into the end zone. So the Raiders' second possession will begin at their own 25-yard line. They lead 7-3. Of course, we have another member of our team, Robert, and that is Pedro Leja, and we're going to send it down to the field.
Thank you, guys. What a start of the game. The Raiders taking the Bears by surprise and scoring right away in the first 2 plays of the game. And then the Raiders got the Bears coming back, but they were able to stop Trey Guajardo. Let me remind you guys that this is the game of the week for most of the main TV stations in the RGV. Back to you guys.
The game of the week indeed here as we see the snap go off. They fake it to Beltran, number 28 for the Raiders. Rangel takes it up the field for a good gain on first down. And yeah, what a game it is already, Javi.
It's an excellent game. A lot of fireworks early. Of course, the major one was from Beltran with a 50-yard jolt around the front of the Raiders sideline for the lone touchdown tonight, a 31-yard field goal by the Bears, Ruben Vera, and that's where we sit, 7-3. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Raiders. Second possession of the ball game at the 34-yard line. Rangel looks, fires, completes. That is caught, and a good reception there. That should be enough for a first down. That is Jonathan Garza with the reception.
So the Raiders moving the chains here again on this drive, setting up a new series here with 1st and 10. We see the replay. Rangel drops back, looks off to his left, finds Garza going off there. Good catch, just enough yardage to move the chains as the knee goes down. And the Raiders moving the ball once again.
So after a 4-yard pickup on that pass play, the Raiders with a new set of downs. Of course, they have Isaiah Rangel at quarterback. Their running back, Isaac Gonzalez. And I believe he gets the ball for the first time this evening. Minimal gain. They're going to give him maybe a yard on that play.
So both lines there doing an excellent job in the trenches, trying not to give up an inch here. As we say, both lines doing an excellent job, Javi. One thing we haven't mentioned was the bragging rights. You know, the team that wins tonight for 65 days has got bragging rights until they meet again. And so this is not only just important for district play, but also to walk around your community with the chest raised up high saying, we owned you for this year.
And last year the Bears beat the Raiders 23-0 on the last 14 contests, so they're even at 7-7 on second down. They keep around the right side, and again, right in front of the Raiders sideline, and that'll be a good pickup by the quarterback, just inches past the first down marker. They're going to measure. It might be enough for a first down or just inches short.
And I guarantee you, Javi, that 23-0 ball game last year is weighing heavily on the Raiders' mind and was a good driving force throughout the week. Not that they need much driving force when you're playing your sister school that you've battled for over 20-some years. And, you know, and it sets up a beautiful night here in deep South Texas at DHR Health Field, PSJA Stadium. And what a wonderful night it is as we see the entire community for both schools come and support their boys.
It is a packed house tonight. And on a new set of downs, a quarterback keeper puts his shoulder pads down. He may have lost the ball. And I'm not sure what they're going to rule. They're going to say maybe he's down by contact right at midfield. The ball did appear to come out, and it appeared to be recovered by the Bears. But they're going to say either his forward momentum was stopped or he was down by contact. In either case, it's going to be a 3-yard gain on first down by Rangel and the Raiders.
I might disagree with that call. The body was falling backwards when he lost the ball, but we do not have the advantage of instant replay here. Fortunately for the Raiders, they keep possession, but it's a 2nd and long here with the ball on their own 47.
2nd and 7, Rangel in the shotgun mode, avoids one defender, fires, and he threw it into double coverage, and the Bears defender, Andrew Liss, had a easy interception. It sails over his head. It'll be 3rd and 7 upcoming for the Raiders.
I'm not sure if he did not have a good opportunity to make that interception here as we see the replay. Rangel rolls out to his right, flings it up in the air for anybody to grab. Lists, through the hands.
Yeah.
So
he had to get up there. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sure he would love to have that one back. And underneath, Rangel had 2 receivers open. I'm not sure who he was looking at, but he was looking at the wrong direction because 2 receivers were wide open. Golden opportunities missed by both teams there. Rangel fumbles the next snap. Scrambles, trying to get outside. He's going to keep it. He fires, and he will simply throw it out of bounds. Good smart move right there by the nimble quarterback, Isaiah Rangel. He's going to save a tackle for a loss, and that'll bring up a 4th down, and more than likely the punt unit for the Raiders.
Yeah, very smart play by Rangel as he's able to make something or make nothing out of nothing there. Because it was a bad snap from the start. He rolls out to his right, unable to find anybody open, keeps rolling out towards the sideline and flings it out of bounds and is able to keep the yardage up in around midfield for the punting unit to come up to pin the Bears deep in their own territory.
And the Raiders will be punting. It's Jose Alvarez, I believe, with the punting duties. Not a very lengthy putt. And it's going to sail out of bounds at about the Bears' 37-yard line. So the Bears will take over on their second possession as they trail here in the later stages of the first quarter, 7-3.
And I'm not sure I like that mark there. I think it should be up closer to around the 42-yard line, 44-yard line as that punt quickly sailed left of that offense. And I want to say that's where about it hit out of bounds. And so fortunately for the Raiders, the ball is still on the 37-yard line of the Bears. But that's good starting field position here for the very explosive Bear offense.
So the Bears will come out on offense, attack the Raider defense, and a quick swing out pass. That one's bounced to Marco Guajardo, so to bring up a quick 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Bears.
And this is something we've seen throughout the season as well with Guajardo, sometimes struggling early in the game to get the pass on their targets, but he quickly makes up for it later on in the ball game. And so we've seen 3 or 4 low passes here. This one does bounce off the ground. But I guarantee you, Javi, that ain't going to be a problem for long. as we say, as Guajardo goes, so do the Bears.
The Bears are efficient when Guajardo is, and once he finds a rhythm, they're deadly. And on second down, a swing pass to the running back, Vasquez, not doing much, a simple 2-yard pickup. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 upcoming for the Bears.
So the Raider defense keeping the Bears on their toes here. Guajardo having a little bit of trouble adjusting to this coverage that they're showing. They've shown man, they've shown zone.
Right.
And so here's the snap, Javi.
And on 3rd down, the Raiders try to get after the quarterback. A little bit of pressure, forcing Guajardo to scramble to his right. Everybody covered. He's going to fire. He finally finds a man open, gets him, and he's going to fall at the 39-yard line. They're going to give him. So, all the way to the 34-yard line of the Raiders. So big time, great patience right there by Guajardo, finding his receiver. I believe that was Castillo with the reception.
And here you see the replay. He rolls out to his left, nobody open, comes back to the right. What you don't see on the camera is Ethan Castillo does a good job getting open for his quarterback. Guajardo finds him streaking off here to the left-hand side. And once again, Guajardo to Castillo connection moves the chains.
And Vasquez on 1st down, they lose one defender, a couple of defenders, fights hard for a few yards. He's going to get 3, maybe 4. Good play right there. Good hard-nosed running by J.R. Vasquez.
And that's going to draw an end to the first quarter, but you're absolutely right. He could have easily given up after that first contact, Javi. He keeps his legs churning, able to get about 3 yards there, setting up 2nd and 7 as we move into the second quarter. The score right now here in DHR Health Field, PSJ Stadium, your PSJ North Raiders 7, your hometown PSJ Bears 3 with the Bears driving.
It has been a very exciting, fast-paced first quarter, and the upper hand goes to the Raiders. 7-3, stat-wise, the Bears with 106 total yards, the Raiders with 83, but the only thing that matters is the scoreboard, and right now the Raiders with the upper hand. Of course, as we start the second half, the Bears are driving, trying to either get within 1 or take the lead.
So those of you watching at home, I know we might be on about an hour delay, but if you do get this game, you can still make it out here. There might be some few seats up in the nosebleed section, but you're welcome to join us as we'll have an exciting finish to this ball game this evening in this district play with both teams 1-0 right now. Currently, Javi, those Bears are driving and inside Raider territory.
And on 2nd and 7, Guajardo will be flanked by a running back. Marco Guajardo in motion, looks, fires, passes it to Marco Guajardo. He eludes one defender. He's off to the races, tries to beat another defender, streaks down the sidelines, toe taps his way to the 7-yard line. Big pickup right there for the Bears. Guajardo to Guajardo.
Tippity tap, toe tap, tap, tap. And he jukes left, jukes right, and is able to keep moving up the field, setting up 1st and goal. Balls on the Raider 7-yard line. And again, here we see the replay. Guajardo looks left, finds Guajardo streaking right. And there he comes into your screen, folks. And he's able to make you look left, make you look right, but he moves the ball up to the 7-yard line. Bears knocking on heaven's door here.
That is a 24-yard pickup, and on 1st down, the Bears run it, and that is a touchdown. Trey Guajardo with a keeper, eludes a couple defenders, and he strolls in for a Bear touchdown. The Bears regain the lead for the first time, or actually take the lead for the first time this evening. They're up on the scoreboard, 9-7.
And the student sections cheering their hometown here as we see Guajardo tuck it into his left hand, stretches the ball across the goal line, and we see the letters B-E-A-R-S streak across the field here, signaling a touchdown for your PSJ High Bears, awaiting the extra point. Javi, 9-7. Here is the snap, the hold, the kick, up, and good.
And with that extra point, the Bears now are up 10-7, 11.
Hino Gas is a proud supporter of Valley High School sports and academics. We encourage you to be prepared for the fall and winter season. Visit HinoGas.com to get your propane discount. At Hino Gas, we're here to help. Call us today.
It's a whiteout game, I guess,
Yes,
for
it
our
is.
student section there. As we see the cheer team, the cheerleaders there. We see Sorensen out there. Wonderful support for the Bears. And, Same could be said for your Raiders on that other side, as we see the stands completely filled up there. And here, special teams play has not been a factor just yet, as we've seen both teams been able to be successful on the offense. The defense now, we said, Bears are outgaining the Raiders, and now the score is reflecting that. So let's go ahead and send it downstairs to Pedro to tell us what's going on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. 10-7 the score, and this is the third touchdown Trey Guajardo has scored as a rusher. He has a total of 18, 15 of them has been throwing. Back to you.
Thank you there, Pedro.
15 of them have been throwing, 7 of them, as you said, how he came last week. And so he's his third touchdown on the ground. The defense of the Bears, though, has been suspect, and they're going to have to take the field again with this Raider offense receiving the ball here. And so let's see if they can get another stop, which has been the difference in this game.
And with that kickoff, sails into the end zone. So that'll be another touchback, another good solid kickoff by the kickoff unit of the Bears. And the Raiders will start at their own 25-yard line.
And they have a spark or a fire right underneath their bottoms there, as they, again, face a deficit here. But, again, they've been successful moving the ball. They were unable to get the yards needed for a first down on the last drive and had to punt it at around midfield. So let's see what they can dig into their bag and come out with here on this series here.
Well, on first down, empty backfield. Looks like a jet sweep. No, it's a quarterback keeper. A lot of running room. Good job of defending at the very end by the secondary and the linebacker, Pablo Trevino, making a big-time saving tackle. But not until Rangel picks up about 9 yards on first down.
And that was a slow developing play there, as the linemen are able to get up to the second level, which allows Rangel to move the ball up the field successfully for a 9-yard gain. Second and short here. Ball's on the Bear 34-yard line, so not a bad play there on that opening snap.
2nd and 1. A quarterback keeper again, this time manhandled in the backfield. And that is big Marcos Pedraza with a big-time tackle for a loss. That's going to bring up a third down. Still a manageable third down upcoming for the Raider offense.
And I'm not too sure why he gave the ball. Why did he did not hand the ball? As you said, Pedraza was already in his face when he pulls the ball out of the pocket of the running back, and he's quickly tackled for a loss there. 3rd and 4 here when they were facing 2nd and 1. All they needed was that inch. So just give it to your back and move the chains and get ready for the next series. But now the Raiders 3rd and 4 here.
Yeah, after a 3-yard tackle for a loss from Pedraza, and the Bear defense upcoming 3rd and 4. Rangel waits a snap, but wait, did he take too long? It may be a delay of game, or was there a timeout called?
Delay game. Number 28 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's a big penalty right there, Robert.
So the movement on the defensive line and the slight, I saw number 83 flinch a little bit.
Right.
I thought the back judge over here was throwing the flag on that, but instead he has his eyes on the play clock, and you're right, it reaches 0-0, and a very missed opportunity there, bad missed opportunity for the Raiders as they're unable to control the clock.
Yes, correct. What was a very promising 2nd and 1 has turned into a lengthy 3rd and 8. Rangel at quarterback, flanked by a running back, lone receiver to the far side. Rangel with a quarterback keeper tries to screw by the left side, gets maybe to the 31. He's got to get all the way to the 35. He'll be 4 yards short, and it appears the punt team is trotting onto the field once again for the Raiders.
So the Bear defense clamping out twice already on these last 2 series, forcing the Raiders to punt. And you can't do this too many times, Javi, without having to pay the piper, as the Bear offense will take any opportunity you give them here. And they're going to be, it looks like they're going to be taking another opportunity here, as we don't have a return man deep for the Bears, playing it safe in case of it's a fake.
Yes, the Bears looking for the fake punt. They don't get it. And again, not a very good punt, especially with nobody back there. You want to just drill that right down the center of the field. You know, you try to aim at the field goal post. Obviously, you're not going to get there, but you want to kick it as far as you can to it. And that exchange right there will benefit the Bears. That has plagued the Raiders. You know, that's one of the things the Raiders has shot themselves in the foot. I think they have a very talented team. They just Boneheaded play sometimes.
Well, I have my hands up here, and I ain't going to use the word boneheaded, but again, the referees mark the ball where it hits the ground out of bounds.
It should be where it sailed out of bounds, not where it landed.
Well, you and I both coach golf, and we know that out of
Yes.
bounds is when it crosses
The plane.
the plane.
Yeah.
But we're not getting those calls this evening. Yeah, forward pass here, luckily for the Bears, again, hitting him low. Guajardo to Guajardo. It ends up in an incomplete pass. But again, the ball's on the 49-yard line of the Bears. 2nd and 10 for Guajardo and his Bears.
It'll be 2nd and 10 again. Trey Guajardo underthrows Marco Guajardo in the flat, a quick toss, and not successful. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Look for the Bears to go over the top right here. They haven't done it yet. And Guajardo drops back, looks, fires, catches Guajardo right at the 40-yard line. That'll be more than enough for a first down, driven backwards after he gets to the Raider 36-yard line. Bear first down.
So the Bears catch the Raiders in a zone defense. Marco Guajardo does an excellent job finding the bubble in that zone. Trey Guajardo, as we see him drop back, fires it to a wide open Guajardo, moves it upfield, and again, fighting for the extra yardage, protects the ball. 1st and 10 for the Bears on the Raider 36-yard line.
That was a 15-yard pickup. Guajardo to Guajardo. And on first down, empty backfield, Trey Guajardo rolls out to his right. Quarterback keeper eludes one defender, falls forward about the 31-yard line. That'll be a 5-yard quarterback keeper.
5 yards and setting up a 2nd and 5 here. We see Trey not finding anybody open. Quickly decides to tuck that ball in. Does the rest with his legs. Good tackle from behind by number 99 for the Raiders, Albert Elizondo.
It'll be...
And so, again, the Bears on the field with a 2nd and 5 and 8:01 on the clock here, Javi.
2nd and 5, upcoming. Man in motion, Flores. Guajardo looks, pumps, fires. He gets it to Flores, and Flores is dragged down at the 25-yard line. There will be a penalty on the play, though.
Yeah, that penalty might come back and have bite the Bears in the bum there, as it looks like it's going to be an illegal man downfield. And so they will move the ball back.
Ineligible receiver downfield during legal forward pass on the offense. Number 12. Penalty, 2nd down.
Number 12. So it had something to do with their alignment here. As we see the replay, Guajardo drops back, is able to find Flores, who extends the ball at the very end to move the chains, but that is for none, as the Bears get called for an illegal man downfield on that pass.
So that 5-yard penalty will make it a 2nd and 10. The Bears push back to the Raiders' 36-yard line. Of course, there's 7:48 remaining here in the first half. The Bears lead 10-7 in a very big, important game in District 36A. The winning team tonight will have the upper hand. They will move to 2-0. I think it takes 4 wins to get into the playoffs. Of course, these teams are looking for much more than just the playoffs. They want a district championship, and they got to go through each other tonight in order to get there. Guajardo sits, scrambles, moves up the pocket, fires, almost a one-handed grab. Is it a one-handed grab? They're going to say no. Marco Guajardo almost makes a spectacular catch, but it falls to the floor.
Lucky for the Bears, he's able to knock it down, because if it goes right behind him, as we'll see here on the replay, Guajardo finding his cousin, hey primo, catch the ball, is able to bring it down, but again, that tip drill almost falls into the hands of number 11, Marco Salinas, but it innocently falls onto the floor for an incomplete pass. 3rd and 10 Bears. Ball's on 36 of the Raiders.
3rd and 10. You are absolutely right. And the difference tonight, Robert, has been both teams move the ball well. Both teams have played well defensively. They made enough big plays, but at the end of the day, it's kind of a penalty that has kept them from getting in the end zone. Guajardo trying to pick up those penalty yards on 3rd down, and he's going to be shut down in the backfield, and that is a big-time quarterback sack, and that is big number 90, Aaron Alvarez, with the quarterback sack. That is his 10th tackle for a loss on the season. That's going to force the Bears into a 4th and 17, and more than likely punting the ball away.
Aaron on the tackle there, as we see him tackle the quarterback in the backfield. And this is kind of a no man's land here with the ball on the 40, but the Bears opting out to punt and pin the Raiders deep in their territory as their defense has been able to get them out on 3 and out the last couple of drives. The snap, the punt, a good punt this time, Javi.
It's a good one. The Bears can down it. It takes a quick hop, and it takes an angled hop. It would have taken a straight bounce towards the end zone. I think the Bears down it if they 1 or 2. Instead, it takes an angled hop.
Drive 6:51. They do take the ball at the 20-yard line, Javi.
Rangel with an empty backfield, quarterback keeper. And he's going to push forward, and about 3 yards at the very end, though, a penalty is thrown. Not sure what that was about. It seems that penalty was thrown after the play ended. We'll see what this is all about.
So here we go, the officials meeting, and the Bears with their hands out to their sides are wondering what's going on. It looks like it might be against the Bears again. As you say, when you got your hands up wondering what's going on, it might be against you.
Mm-hmm. And we're trying to figure this one out. I didn't really see anything down there, Robert.
Well, the play came off to the right-hand side, so
yes.
our eyes usually are off that end over there. But the official over there saw maybe some extracurricular activities. Let's get the call
There's
down.
no foul on the play for face mask. Number 28 has to go out for 1 play.
Okay, so there was no penalty, and as we say that, we're going to take it down to Miss Melissa Lugo.
Thank you, PSJA family. I want to welcome Garza Peña Elementary, Dojans Elementary, Sorensen Elementary, and both Austin and Raul Izaguirre Middle School. Everybody make some noise!
Timeout. PSJA North. It's the first charge timeout of the first half.
You know, Dad didn't choose a grave.
What about cremation? No, I mean, the kids and Mom don't want a funeral. We could still have a funeral.
Really?
Yeah, really. You mean like memorial service?
With music, a eulogy, pictures, everything?
How about this picture?
Sweetheart. Grandma would love that.
Cremation options for your family by Memorial Funeral Home.
Incredible helmet they have, that inflatable helmet. I love it. I never got to do that.
Yeah.
I grew up old school where you try to run through a paper poster.
I love your commentary, Javi,
times.
but I don't know if I think the field ran out before the players, but they ran out before the opening kickoff.
Before the opening kickoff. Well, they were before the players.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was, of course, Izaguirre Middle School and Austin Middle School.
And the coach for the Raiders right now,
he's livid. I don't know why.
Well, they tore the helmet off number 28, so
right.
He's wondering why he did not get a face mask call on that play. And now number 28 has to come out for a play. And so they got to deal with it. They're not going to get a change on the call. You just got to keep moving forward as you face a 10-7 deficit. 2nd and 6, balls on your own 24. Get your players focused and let's keep moving forward. So I'm sure he's done an excellent job of doing that. He's just trying to argue his point as anybody would do to fight for his team.
Exactly. You got to always be defending your players. And on 2nd down, Rangel tries to help his team, passes, and over the shoulder of his intended receiver, sails incomplete. And again, that was number 24, Jonathan Garza, the intended receiver. So incomplete pass. It'll bring up a 3rd and 6. And I'm surprised we haven't seen too much of Arturo Beltran aside from that 50-yard touchdown run.
Absolutely. If Rangel is able to lead Garza just a little bit, he's going to make a catch and put the ball near midfield. Unfortunately, he throws it behind, and unfortunately that's not picked off by the Bears. But now they're facing a 3rd and 6 with the crowd getting really loud here, and let's see what they have drawn up.
The defense is chanting
defense,
because that's what the fans want them to do, and because of that, the intimidation factor, a timeout is called. We have a little bit of a break in the action.
And then we see the Raiders cuddle up next to Kaufman. They're Kaufman talking them.
The bonds we create with our pets can be powerful. A man's best friend really isn't just about dogs, but about any animal companion that brings us joy and unconditional love. Losing a loved one is heart-wrenching, but losing a pet can be just as difficult. Unconditional love deserves unmatched service, which is why we offer pet services for those special pets that become a special part of the family. We serve all the members of your family.
For the Raider offense, let's see what they do here on third down. It's a quarterback keeper, not much doing. Nobody fooled on that one. Gains about 2 to 3 yards, but he's still going to be well short of a first down.
And again, the Bears are keying tightly on Rangel as they're not getting fooled by the bait of Beltran taking that ball off to the side. But again, maybe they were better off handing it to Beltran, who's been able to show through the season that he can make something out of nothing.
Right.
But here, nothing out of nothing gives you 4th and 4. Another punting situation for the Raiders.
Well, Beltran is their big player. And maybe they're just trying to lull the Bears to sleep right now and, exploit Beltran later in the ball game. But right now, it is another punting situation, a much better punt. Again, the Bears anticipating a fake. It's going to continue to roll. Good Raider bounce. And finally, downed at the Bears' 28-yard line. So good field position right there for the Bears upcoming with 5:35 remaining in the first half in a tremendous football game. Big game. Bears-Raiders. Doesn't get any bigger than that in the whole Rio Grande Valley. Maybe in all South Texas. It's a great matchup tonight.
So if you're not a fan of either team, Javi, just buying a ticket is worth its cost, as you can come and watch a wonderful game tonight. Two teams that have worked hard to prepare themselves for district play. But more importantly, they did not overlook this game this evening, Javi.
First down, a quick swing pass to Marco Guajardo. A penalty comes out. I'm not sure if that's going to be a hold. Let's see if that play holds up. If it does, it's about a 6 to 7 yard pickup on first down.
And that play might be called, that flag might be called on Justin Morales, who had a drop pass earlier. It is going to be a hold against the Bears.
Holding, number 12 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. Replay, first down.
So not a good night for Morales as he would drop the pass earlier that could have set up a score for the Bears. This time he gets called for the infraction of a hold after that good pass there on first down. And so now the Bears will have first and about 14 with the ball on the 25-yard line.
Yeah, so give Marco Guajardo a 6-yard reception. They're going to move it back 10 yards after the penalty. As you mentioned, it'll be second and long. Trey Guajardo rolls out to his right, fires, finds Mikey Flores. He streaks down the sideline for a couple more yards after reception. You're going to mark him near the 41-yard line. That'll be 2 yards more than what it needed for your first down.
You see Trey rolling out to his right. Flores does an excellent job coming out of that route, breaking out to the outside to get separation from the defender to move the chains. First and 10 Bears there. But the hold on the last one, Javi, they're not going to credit him with a 6-yard hold. They're going to credit it from, they will give him a pass, you're right. But the hold will be from the spot of the foul.
The spot of the foul, right. So that's 2 quick completions, 21 yards passing already on this possession by Trey Guajardo and the Bear offense, and a big gaping hole up the middle, but that thing was sealed quickly. That was a good open field tackle right there by Micah Lopez, the sophomore.
So number 31, Micah, does a good job keying on his key there, the running back, as we see the draw play come up the middle, and he does a great job with an open field tackle for holding the Bears there on a 1-yard gain. The clock is ticking with 4:40 here, and the Bears facing a 2nd and 9, and trying to move the ball past midfield.
And here we go. It'll be 2nd and 9. Guajardo swings it out. Oh, and he gets upended. That was the receiver, Justin Morales. Caught it, quickly met by a defender. Good, solid play right there. That's just a minimal pickup. Maybe pickup for no yards right there. It'll be 3rd and 9 upcoming for the Bears.
So that's the second time the defensive back, J.J. Navarrete, comes up and recognizes the play there as a receiver stops and comes back for the ball. And he's quickly up the field. Here we see the replay. Navarrete, good job keeping his head up on that tackle. Good form tackle. Takes number 12, maybe a little extra talk there.
Right.
But a 3rd and long for the Bears now.
Give credit to Morales for hanging on to the ball on 3rd down. Guajardo looks, sits, fires, passes. He's got a man open, and that'll be Morales. He goes back to Morales, swings it out to the Raiders sideline, right in front of that sideline, and the Bears pick up a 1st down.
So number 12 making up for that last play on the hold, Justin Morales. Good job on that catch. And again, the receivers for the Bears, Javi, do an excellent job getting separation from the defensive backs. Good route running on their behalf, and that is what gets them to get open. And Guajardo recognizes that, throws it to Morales. 1st down Bears.
1st down Bears, cross midfield. Raiders 44-yard line. On 1st down, it is Vasquez with a keeper around the right side of that offensive front. Minimal gain, maybe a 2-yard pickup on 1st down.
Trips left, trap right. And again, the Raiders are not fooled, as they say, disciplined, and are able to stay in their gaps and on their keys, limit that gain there on that cutback there by Vasquez. Good job by Seven Sanchez, Joe Sanchez there on the tackle.
Seven Sanchez is a tackling machine. Came into this game with 77 tackles. Unreal. And on 1st down, a dangerous pass. Luckily, that pass just sails incomplete. If Guajardo catches it, he may get hurt on the tackle. Instead, it sails out of bounds and easily could have been intercepted by the Raiders.
And once again, Guadi Nix Garcia, the junior defensive back, comes up and breaks up the pass play. He does not lower his shoulder, and I think that might have been the difference there between Guajardo getting hurt, but he's able to break up the pass nonetheless for the Raiders. Now the Bears facing 3rd and 8 here on the Raider 42-yard line.
This is where the Bears have excelled all evening on 3rd down situations, but before the next one,
we are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close.
Of wanting
To making history.
This close to changing the world.
We're this close.
This close.
This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Thanks. Back to you, Javi.
So, as we said, 365 days on October 6th. We are October 5th, so 364 days that the Bears had bragging rights. And Edgar, you had a huge smile on your face announcing that 23-0 score that your Bears had over the Raiders. But you're right, a very interesting ball game with a 10-7 score, 2:45 left before the half, and the Bears driving right now.
The Bears with a 38 upcoming, 190 total yards. The Raiders with 100, and on 3rd down just sails outside the receiver's hands. Intended receiver was Marco Guajardo. That would have been just enough for a 1st down. So that's going to bring up a 4th down. But is there a penalty on the play? It's going to be a flag on the far side. I believe the Raiders are going to decline it. That'll bring up a 4th and 8. I'm not sure you want to decline this.
Number 5 of the offense. He's been declined. 4th down.
Well, Robert, pick your poison. 4th and 8 or 3rd and 15? What would you do against this Bear offense?
I don't know. Again, the ball is sitting on your if you decline it, sitting on your own 42-yard line. The Bears look as if they are getting ready to make a play call here. Coach sends in the signal.
They're going to go for it. At the early indications say they're going to go for it with 2:41 remaining in the first half. The first big risk play, putting it all on the line now, are the Bears. And as the play clock is at 3 seconds at 1,
timeout.
The Bears will force
their second charge timeout of the first half.
The Harlingen Downtown District has a bit of everything, my friends, and here's an invitation for you to visit and experience a friendly environment with a taste of local business and a variety of shopping, dining, and entertainment throughout the year. Vintage shops loaded with collectibles from the past, dining that caters to all, boutiques, quilting, salons, live entertainment, and don't forget about market days on the first Saturday of each month on Jackson Street and Art Night the last Friday of the month. It's the Harlingen Downtown District, and the invitation is for you. Shop, downtown Harlingen today.
The very athletic Trey Guajardo. You know, he can roll out, and then next thing you know, he's off to the races trying to pick up that first down with his legs instead of winging it to somebody. So it's going to be interesting. The Raiders are going to counter with 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and here we go. Quick action. Guajardo heavily pressed, and that forces an incomplete pass. The defensive front for the Raiders gets the job done. They take over on downs with 2:37 remaining in the first half. The Raiders will take over at their own 42-yard line.
Excellent job by the defense disguising the pass rush there as Seven Sanchez gets into the backfield in the face of Guajardo, forcing him to throw early and off target into the ground. An incomplete pass does give the Raiders a turnover on downs with 2:37, 1 timeout remaining. If they can get the ball upfield and get that field goal, they will tie the ball game, but I guarantee you they ain't going for 3, Javi.
And here comes Rangel with a jet sweep fake. Pass caught. What a spectacular catch. Loses a helmet in the process. That was number 25, Rolando Coronado. Wow, what a great grab right there.
Wow, indeed. Capital W, capital O, capital W. He snatches the ball away in midair. Number 6 thought he had a gift, and he tears the helmet off number 25. Luckily, it's not a face mask to add 50 more on this drive here. They are now in Bear territory.
The Raiders at the Bears 41 as they trail by 3. Later stages of the second quarter, a quick toss on a jet sweep. That is Beltran. He uses his athleticism, his speed, and what appears to be nothing. That's how fast that kid is. He picks up about 5 yards on first down.
More importantly, he gets out of bounds, Javi, stopping the clock with 2:07. 5 yards, 2nd and 5. Number 3 outruns number 3 for the Bears, and that is Beltran outrunning Zambrano and moving the marker down, setting up 2nd and 4, so 6 yards on the gain. 10-7 ball game. Bears up, but the Raiders beginning to get the mo on their side.
Well, they are sitting right now pretty at the Bears 35-yard line. 2nd and 4. Rangel with a lone running back. He hands it to him, and that is Beltran, and Beltran bursts through the seam right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be about a 5-yard pickup. They're going to mark him down just inside the 30-yard line. They're going to say the 29. That is a Raider first down.
So good job there by Beltran to move the chains. This time Rangel decides to give it to his explosive back, and he does enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 as we see them come out in twins here.
And this time he'll have Gonzalez in the backfield. He throws it outside. Coronado with a catch. Eludes one defender. Scoots by another. Finally pushed out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. So the Raiders are on the march here late in the second quarter.
And again, you know, we talked about the Bear defense being a little suspect here. We know their offense can score the ball, but at the same token, you know, they came in with 453 yards on offense on average, but they were also giving up 453, but more important than what they're giving up now here, Javi.
It'll be a new set of downs. Rangel with a quarterback keeper around the right side, mid hard, but still, he manages to pick up about 2 to 3 yards, gang tackled, but he leans forward, uses his 6'3", 6'4" frame to lean forward. Good job by the Bears, but still, Rangel manages to pick up some valuable yards. It's 2nd and 7 upcoming. Quickly to the line of scrimmage are the Raiders. Rangel is going to be flanked by the running back, Gonzalez, who we haven't heard much of tonight, the freshman running back. Gonzalez in pass protection, a slant pattern, and that is nearly caught by Coronado once again. That would have been a TD. Sales incomplete, though.
Coronado does an excellent job getting inside the defender there, but another pass that's high and away. This time Coronado is unable to bring it in, as we saw that other explosive play when he was able to take it away from number 6 there. But again, hits the fingertips, bounces away. Incomplete pass does stop the clock. 3rd and 7, ball on the Bears 12-yard line. And interesting finish to this half, Javi.
The Raiders with 1 timeout. In fact, each team with 1 timeout. 1:01 remaining in the second quarter. The Raiders in great position at the very least to tie the game with a field goal, but they're looking to take the lead. Rangel with the quarterback keeper, scoots around, ball almost stripped. Rangel leans forward, gets past the 5-yard line. That's a first down marker. They're going to mark him down at the 4. So the Raiders will have 1st and goal with under a minute to go here in the first half. What a close to such an exciting football game. And, of course, there's a big-time football game where the Raiders meet the Bears. And on first down, nothing doing. Great stout defense. And good job right there by the Bears. That was number 23 on the tackle.
For over 65 years, VTX1 Companies has called South Texas home. And that means more to us than just being in a community. It means being part of the community. Through the good times and the hard times, celebrating every triumph and lending a helping hand whenever we can. From farm to city and neighbor to neighbor, VTX1 Companies is there, bringing friends, families, businesses, and communities closer together. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
As you mentioned, Robert, you know, a run play, they should be able to line up on third down, possibly to kick that tying field goal. But I'm going to look for a quick slant pattern, a quick pass here on third down. Look for Rangel maybe even rolling out. And I'm going to say he's going to roll out to the far side, right in front of the Raider bench, and try to pick it up on his own on the ground.
So look for the slant or look for the fade. Oh, ball goes into the ground, incomplete, Javi.
Yeah, they did exactly what I thought they were going to do. He throws it in the ground. I think he was better off just keeping it on the ground. It'll be third down and 5, 30 seconds. Again, I think they're limited to what they want to do. I don't know if they're quick enough to get a running play in, not score, and get that field goal unit out there organized in time to tie it up.
So a little bit of frustration on the Raider side of the ball over there, and the hometown Bears over here on their feet, on their toes. 3rd and 5 here.
The quarterback rolls out to his left. Quarterback keeper, he's going to try to sneak it in. He dives. He will not make it, but they say he is bumped out of bounds. Wow, I'm not sure about that. If you're on the Bears side, which we all are this evening, that looked like he was tackled in play. That saves a lot of valuable time, as we see here on the replay. Rangel with just a quarterback keeper around the right side. He definitely was
is not out of bounds.
And time may have expired, so it'll be 4th down. The Raiders, I'm not sure what they're doing. They're going to do a fake snap, fake play. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, they're going to run it. They're going to try to sneak it in. Quarterback keeper.
There is a fumble on the field. And Hoffman is all the way out there. He better be careful because they're going to call him for a penalty if he's not careful. He is livid as to what happened. It is Bear ball at the 1-yard line.
Well, I think what he's upset about is that they started the play clock rather quickly. And, you know, in all honesty, you know, you never want to second guess a coach or anything. But if that's the case, just take your delay of game, 5 yards, go ahead and kick a field goal. Instead, they go for it. They get denied. The Bears will retain the lead. Wow, with 18 seconds, let's just make sure Guajardo, who's going to receive the shotgun snap in the end zone, doesn't get a safety. Very, very interesting turn of events here. Guajardo goes. He just does muscle his way to the 2-yard line. And what a conclusion to this first half. I tell you what, it doesn't get any better in South Texas than Bears Raiders, and we are seeing it firsthand tonight here on Friday night at PSJA Stadium. We're going to head into the half. We're going to send it down to Pedro Leja. Bears 10, Raiders.
I opened Alex with the intention to give people in Broadville and those who visit us a very unique experience in the area of retail. We saw the need to give people a personal experience that only a boutique could provide. Here in Alexandria, what we work for is searching for different pieces, textures we bring from India, from Mexico, trying to make this a different experience. The people to find treasures here in their own valley. It's a pleasure to welcome everybody and making them a part of our family. We invite you to discover Brownsville. You can't miss it.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Hino Gas is a proud supporter of Valley High School sports and academics. We encourage you to be prepared for the fall and winter season. Visit HinoGas.com to get your propane discount. At Hino Gas, we're here to help. Call us today.
Outstanding camp dance performance. Most admired team. Over 30 all-star dancers that were invited to perform at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City. Grand champion team and grand champion officers. Leading the Raiderettes on the field this year are Lieutenant Desiree Trejo, Lieutenant Alexis Hernandez, Major Victoria Mesa, Second Captain Lainey Lopez, First Captain Erin Palacios, Lieutenant Annette Rios, Lieutenant Alexis De Leon. This week's Raiderette of the Week is Mariah Sontoya. The Raiderettes are under the direction of Joey Aguillon and Vanessa Martinez. For tonight's entertainment, the Raiderettes will be performing a palm routine with a hint of pink, as it is the official color for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and would like to send our love, thoughts, prayers, and hugs to everyone that has been affected by it. Take it away, Raiderettes!
Good time out there. Get nobody left yet. Don't stop the party. Get nobody left yet. Don't stop the party.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the true pride of the Tri-City District, your PSJA North Raider Band. The Raider Band is a 5-time UIL area marching finalist and a 2-time UIL state marching participant. The Raider Band will perform the first 5 movements of their 2018 show, Pirates. Movement 1, The Adventure Begins. Movement 2, Battle at Sea. Movement 3, Walk the Plank. Movement 4, Air for Eventide. Movement 5, Buried Treasure. Color Guard officers include Captain Jalen Aleman, Co-Captain Danny Galvan, First Lieutenant Marcy Galindo, Second Lieutenant Victoria Ruiz. The Raider Band is led by Drum Majors Anaí Ortiz, Josue Marin, and Head Drum Major Hector Cabrera. Ladies and gentlemen, put your nachos down and your hands together for for the PSJA North Raider Band. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have one more round of applause for the PSJA North Raider Band and Raiderettes.
You know, Dad didn't choose a grave.
What about cremation? No, I mean, the kids and Mom don't want a funeral. We could still have a funeral.
Really?
Yeah, really. You mean like memorial service?
With music, a eulogy, pictures, everything?
How about this picture?
Oh, sweetheart. Grandpa would love that.
Cremation options for your family by Memorial Funeral Home.
The Barrettes are led by Lieutenant Laura Gonzalez, Lieutenant Hannah Garcia, Lieutenant Leslie Contreras, Second Captain Alyssa Martinez, First Captain Alexandra Zapata, and leading the Barrettes this year is Major Miss Sarah Garza. Barrette of the Week is freshman Miss Vianney Silva. And now performing an original kick to light it up. Here they are, your PSJA Barrettes. Congratulations to Bear Band Student of the Week, Senior Jose Vela, sponsored by Fazoli's of Far, a proud supporter of PSJA Athletics. Now it is my pleasure to introduce to you the PSJA Early College High School Mighty Bear Band. The 2018-2019 Mighty Bear Band is under the direction of John Garza, Steve Gutierrez, Danny Garcia, Amanda Perea, Julian Howard, Mike Kraft, Art Gano, Karen Perez, and Joe Moreno. This year's pigskin production is titled Starry Night, inspired by the famous Vincent van Gogh masterpiece. We hope you enjoy our show, which presents the idea that no matter how vast the universe is, we are all connected. The Bear Band is led by head drum major Marina Rodriguez, drum major Dana Posada, and drum major Daniel Heredia. Drum majors, are you ready? When I look up at a starry night, I don't only see the stars or the moon. I don't see emptiness. I see hope. When I look up at a starry night, I see a place that connects every living thing. We all come from the same place. We're all made from the same atom. The same atoms that trace back to the origins of our universe. When I look up at a starry night, I see life. I see connection.
I look up at a starry night, I see the birthplace of all things. I peer into the past, and I behold the future. When I look up at a starry night, I see myself.
We all want to be connected. We all want to be a part of something larger than ourselves. We all want our lives to matter. I am connected to every other living thing. I am you, and I matter.
Let's give another round of applause to our PSJA Mighty Bear Band and Bear Rets.
The bonds we create with our pets can be powerful. A man's best friend really isn't just about dogs, but about any animal companion that brings us joy and unconditional love. Losing a loved one is heart-wrenching, but losing a pet can be just as difficult. Unconditional love deserves unmatched service, which is why we offer pet services for those special pets that become a special part of the family. We serve all the members of your family.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close
of wanting to
making history.
This close to changing the world.
We are this close.
This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again.
This close. We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close. If we donate now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
The Harlingen Downtown District has a bit of everything, my friends, and here's an invitation for you to visit and experience a friendly environment with a taste of local business and a variety of shopping, dining, and entertainment throughout the year. Vintage shops loaded with collectibles from the past, dining that caters to all, boutiques, quilting, salons, live entertainment, and don't forget about market days on the first Saturday of each month on Jackson Street and Art Night the last Friday of the month. It's the Harlingen Downtown District, and the invitation is for you. Shop Downtown Harlingen today.
My head's still spinning off the last series of plays there, as we saw, the Raiders at the 1-inch line denied, and the Bears recovering that fumble, able to run out the clock, Javi. But what are we going to see tonight? Exactly what we saw in the first quarter. Two great teams from two great communities coming out and just trying to get that step up, that leg up on that district play, trying to come out of here 2-0, Javi. The bragging rights, forget those. Those will come along with the win, but you definitely want to get that win so that you can have a head start there on that district play there. 2-0 is the number that they're trying to fight to get.
And speaking of numbers, team totals, the Bears with 192 total yards, the Raiders with 157. It's a very tight, contested ball game. Trey Guajardo, 12 of 20 for 155 yards, 20 yards rushing. Rangel for the Raiders, 3 of 8, 34 yards passing. Beltran with 63 yards rushing. Rangel with 59 yards rushing. And Vasquez for the Bears with 20 yards rushing, and Guajardo with 20 yards rushing. So even as it gets, the Raiders missed a golden opportunity to either tie the game or take the lead. And we're going to see what happens here in the second half. 10-7 here at DHR Healthfield. The Raiders with the third quarter kickoff fielded at the 22-yard line, brought up quickly, tackled out of bounds, pushed out of bounds, and a late penalty. See what that's all about. It'll be the Bears football, but we're going to see what happens. Where are they going to have first down after this penalty?
It looks like they're going to tack on another 15 on that after that late hit by number 25, I believe, from the Raiders on the Bears sideline. So after that short kick, they're going to have excellent field position depending on the outcome of this call here, which we'll get from the official.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 25 of the kicking team. 50-yard penalty will be assessed from the end of the run, first down.
And that is exactly what we get, an unsportsmanlike conduct on number 25 for the Raiders. That is Rolando Coronado, guilty of that infraction, giving the Bears excellent field position at their own 44-yard line. Trey Guajardo right now, Javi, hitting 60% of his passes, which is a little lower than what he normally does. He's high in about the 70s. And so a lot of those passes coming down low. But, again, we've seen the Bear offense kick it up a notch in the second half, but the defense also giving up points here. So let's see what they have drawn up.
And on first down, a quarterback keeper around the right edge. Guajardo gets upended, but not after about an 8.5-yard pickup on first down. So the Bears come out running the ball, using Guajardo's legs. Good pickup on first down.
So maybe a strategy there by the Bears coaches to start taking time off the clock here. And again, Guajardo with his legs is able to get 8 yards, setting up 2nd and 2 here. We see a twins set formation.
And Guajardo wings it out to Marco Guajardo. And Marco slides through 2 defenders. He's going to pick up more than enough for a first down. In fact, they're going to tackle him at the Raider 34-yard line. That'll be a big-time pickup right there for the Bears.
Replay here, just a quick snap, quick throw to Guajardo, from Guajardo. And Guajardo, Marco, does the rest with his legs, picking up those needed yards to get across midfield into Raider territory at the 34-yard line. And the Bears opening up how they opened up the series, able to move the ball on the Raiders right now.
They are already on the Raiders side of the football field as they lead 10-7. Just a minute into the second half, Guajardo looking at Coach Rodriguez for last-minute instructions and a bit of confusion.
PSJA high. First charge timeout in the second half.
And the Bears call a quick timeout here in the second half.
And that's not a bad timeout here. You got a good drive going. You don't want any mistakes to happen here on the opening drive of the second half. And you got to settle the boys down because, hearts are on fire, legs are churning, stomach's burning. And, mistakes can happen if you don't have the right play call or there's confusion on the field.
You don't want to make a mistake early on here in the third quarter. You got momentum on your side. You're trying to pick up a big win here in district. And, of course, against your arch nemesis, the Raiders. So it's going to be a big situation here coming up. First drive of the second half. And the next play is a give.
It is a quarterback draw.
Quarterback keeper, excuse me. The Guajardo leans forward. He's going to get very close to the first down. I want to say that's about a 10-yard pickup on the ground. A simple quarterback keeper. I guess the Bears are seeing something on that defense that dictates Guajardo being able to run the ball, and he's been successful here early on in the second half.
And I'm wondering if there was a penalty called on that because, again, they're not moving the down marker here. And no, they are gonna measure at the moment to see if he got the 10 yards that you were just talking about. And I'm thinking he's gonna get it by the nose of the ball, but he's got enough yards to move those chains there, Javi.
It's gonna be very close. And now that they extend the marker, it looked like he was gonna miss it by a hair or two. Instead, it's a good half a yard.
About a football and a half there.
Yeah, so it's a 9-yard pickup for Trey Guajardo. He's got 17 yards rushing already here in the second half. Got to put him at 37 yards total rushing for the ball game. It'll bring up a second and a short one. They get about half a yard. They're going to officially make it 2nd and 1 from the Raiders' 25-yard line. Guajardo surveys the field, looks patiently looking under heavy pressure. He loses one defender, finally tripped up, and that was big old number 90, Aaron Alvarez, with the initial pressure. That's going to be a quarterback sack, so that'll be 3rd and 9, I believe, upcoming now for the Bears.
Number 90, Aaron Alvarez, with a good pressure, and just stays on the quarterback, making him very uncomfortable. Guajardo unable to keep his footing as he's trying to evade him. He does slip, and credit him with the sack there. It is now 3rd and 9 here, and the Bears offense looking to maybe have hit a stop sign right now.
Well, I think the key difference, Robert, is the Raiders secondary. I don't think the Bears have faced a secondary with this much talent. They're going to put pressure on Guajardo. They're going to make him run, feel uncomfortable, and they're going to knock him down. Back-to-back quarterback sacks. And again, you got to credit those defensive backs. Just no one open for Guajardo to throw to.
And saying credit those defensive backs, that's Seven Sanchez there, who gets the sack on Guajardo, takes him out of field goal range, and now a very long 4th and 20 here, and the Bears are sending the punting unit. So as we said, the Bears offense hit a stop sign quickly there and moved in the opposite direction, killing a very promising drive, and now they are punting here on 4th down.
Well, the Raiders already have 4 tackle, 4 losses on the ball game, and as we mentioned, the Bears on the opening possession here of the second half will be forced to punt. It's a good one. It's going to take a solid Bear roll. It's going to keep rolling down the sideline. Great special teams work. They're going to down it inside the 1-yard line. So the Raiders are going to have to go 99.5 yards.
For over 65 years, VTX1 Companies has called South Texas home. And that means more to us than just being in a community. It means being part of the community. Through the good times and the hard times. Celebrating every triumph. And lending a helping hand whenever we can. From farm to city and neighbor to neighbor, VTX1 Companies is there. Bringing friends, families, businesses, and communities closer together. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
In either case, the Raiders have it at the half-yard line. And on first down, Rangel from the end zone tosses it as a man open. It is caught No, they're going to, well,
yeah.
Yes, it is caught. They're going to say he does catch it. That'll be a Raider first down. That'll be a 22-yard pickup. That was a big-time reception by Jonathan Garza.
Big time indeed as he reaches up into the air to pull the ball down. As he comes down, the ball bounces off his chest, able to corral it and bring it in for a reception. 1st and 10, the Raiders ball on their 22-yard line. 8:25 here to go.
So the Raiders now with some breathing room trying to get their offense going. Big hit right there by the linebacker, number 11, Jacob Sanchez. He's been quiet pretty much the entire season. Haven't seen much of him this year, but that time he comes up huge right there.
Yeah, you see him square him up, line him in his sights, and bang, pulls a trigger. Down he goes, Rangel Sanchez, who was early on picked to be the defensive player MVP for this district. You're right, has been awfully quiet, but not too quiet there as Rangel hears a big old pop, but quickly gets up and gets his Raider offense ready for this next play.
That was a big-time collision from that middle linebacker. Great job by Jacob Sanchez. And on second down, a pass to Beltran is caught right in front of the far sideline. That'll pick up about 7 yards. So a manageable third down upcoming, 3rd and 4 for the Raiders on their opening possession here in the second half.
Some good safe play calling there as it is a short pass, but as the quarterback rolls out to his left, the receiver is able to turn up field after he gets separation, move the ball up to make it 3rd and 4 here on the Raider 28-yard line.
Rangel with a quarterback keeper. He's got a lot of running room. Let's see if he's got enough. And again, a big-time hit. That was number 4, Isaac Espino, the sophomore at the collision. It looked like Rangel was going to get a first down, but he stood up, and Espino made him pay the price.
And Espino in the side of Rangel. He feels the pinch there as we see him roll out to his right, and what looked to be a promising hole quickly gets shut down. And thank you for the Batman sound effects. Pow! Wow!
I felt that one a little bit. Man. And the punt on 4th down by the Raiders. Again, no one deep for the Bears. It's going to roll innocently to the 32-yard line, and that is where the Bears will have their next possession.
And so a good trade of blows here by both teams. Both defenses able to withstand them, not giving up any points here. And again, Javi, this second half is just as interesting as the first half with a 10-7 ball game and 7 minutes here in the third quarter. Gloves are off right now. Gloves are off, Javi, and the Bears are now have the opportunity to throw the next blow here and see what they have in their pocket.
Well, 7:04 remaining in the third quarter. The Bears with the ball and the lead, 10-7. Guajardo looks, keeps it, turns it upfield. He's going to get knocked down at the 35-yard line. So that'll be a 3-yard pickup from Guajardo, who has not done much with his arm here in the second half, but is doing it well with his legs.
Yeah, we were talking about that during the halftime, that the Bears have not taken the deep ball opportunity they usually do, but you've seen a lot of double coverage on Flores up there as they're sandwiching him.
And on first down, the give is right up the middle. Not much doing. That was J.R. Vasquez with the carry. Maybe a couple more yards, so it'll be 3rd and about 5, maybe 6 upcoming for the Bears.
And so we're going to kick it downstairs to Pedro Leja, who can give us an update on what's going on here on 3rd and 5.
Thank you, guys. You know, we were not expecting this, but the offense can keep up. The Bears offense is not doing their job as expected, as they usually do. So now it's the defense. That's the good news, that is picking up the trash and is fixing things around for the PSJA Bears. Back to you.
7, Sanchez. Mr. John Sanchez on the tackle. Lucky for the Bears that he did not fumble the ball. And, you know, it's an interesting comment from Mr. Pedro Leja there. This is a game I expected. Anytime the Bears and Raiders, you know, wrangle together, it's going to be gloves off, as you say. Each team is going to bloody their nose, and last man standing is going to win. And that's the type of ball game that we have tonight. Bare knuckle fight.
And I guarantee you both teams marked this game on their calendar, not caring what happens in the record, as number 7 takes the ball here. He fumbles it.
Oh, big time collision. Sanchez gets belted at his own 45-yard line. A penalty after that. The Raiders do manage to recover the ball, I believe, but now we have to see what that penalty is all about.
And so they looks like they're going to call a face mask. But is that after or before the fumble?
Well, I believe it was a Bear helmet that was rolling around on the field. It's going to be interesting here. In either case, I think the Raiders will take over after that punt.
A personal foul on the kicking team, number 7. He participated in the play without his helmet. 15-yard penalty assessed, first down.
And player safety is the reason for that penalty. You never want to see anybody get involved without the helmet. Here we see 7 get underneath the ball. Good catch there, Tex running. And a good job by the Bears defenders to knock it loose. But fortunately for the Raiders, there was a parade of Raiders there around that ball who quickly fell on it. Number 7 could have easily stayed out of there, but he gets thrown in the mix. And the 15-yard penalty moves the ball back. But the Raiders do keep possession at their own 38-yard line, Javi.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders as the Bears lead 10-7 here midway through the third quarter. A give to the running back. The quiet running back tonight is Isaac Gonzalez. He came in with 366 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, been limited to a few carries this evening, but does pick up 2 yards.
And so we talked about marking your this game on the calendar for both teams, but what we haven't talked about was the mental aspect of this game. You know, you're getting ready to play against your arch nemesis, your arch rival across the street there, across the city. And so it does take a mental toll, and you have to be mentally prepared. And I think that's what we're seeing here. Both teams not really playing to their abilities, and it makes this for a very interesting ball game right now.
And the interesting call is up the middle. A quarterback keeper, Rangel, pushes his way to the 45, maybe, a little bit past the 45-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 3. The Raiders here in the second half being a little bit more conservative and keeping the ball on the ground.
And so on that quarterback draw, Rangel does put this team in a manageable 3rd and 3 in the third quarter with 4:03 remaining. Ball's at the 45-yard line of the Raiders. And very important play here as they line up trips left. And Beltran comes back into the slot formation, moves back next to the quarterback.
And the quarterback is going to follow Beltran's lead block. He tries to get around the edge, does not follow Beltran's lead block. He tries to screw it around using his speed, does not. Great defense. Great job right there by the Bears with their lateral pursuit. And the Bears actually get a tackle for a loss. It'll be 4th down upcoming, and more than likely the Raiders will be punting once again.
So the question here, as we see the replay, Rangel rolling out to his left, is why are the Raiders not using their biggest playmaker, Beltran? But as I'm seeing on this play, he's grabbing his left hamstring, and so maybe just a little bit of soreness there is keeping the play calling from what they can do with Beltran. As we see the punt here, hit Beltran and bounce out of bounds at the Bear 42-yard line. But again, you know, the usual suspects are not coming out on fire this evening, Javi.
Yeah, you would think in a game of this magnitude, the Raiders would be using Beltran in multiple facets, you know, through the ground, through the air, maybe an end around, a jet sweep, maybe even at quarterback. That hasn't been the case. Maybe he's a bit hampered by that hamstring. We have no idea, but in either case, it is 1st and 10 now for the Bears at their own 42-yard line with 3:03 remaining in the third quarter. Of course, the Bears with a 3-point lead, 10-7. A give to the running back, Vasquez, around the left side, the near sideline, right in front of the Bears bench. And it'll be a minimal pickup. The Raider defense does a good job of stringing out that run.
So a long run east and west only gives you about a yard there. But back to that Raider offense, Javi, after that 50-yard touchdown run, Beltran only able to gain 12 yards. And so again, you know, big play early, but awfully quiet now. But what's not quiet is this Bear offense. He's taking the ball and beginning to move it comfortably against this Raider defense.
And as you say that, Guajardo slings it to Mike Flores, and that'll be a Bear first down. That's about a 12 to 13-yard pickup. They're going to spot him down at the Raider 44-yard line. So the Bears cross midfield once again. they're on the march after that first down.
And see here, we see here on the replay, Guajardo rolling out to his right, throws it to Flores, who does a good job again getting away from the defender, able to turn it upfield, move the chains for a first down. The Bears rearranging their offensive set here as Guajardo takes the snap, drops back, rolls to his right, can't find anybody open, tucks it left, and then puts his head down to gain about a yard there on first down.
Not much doing right there for Trey Guajardo, and he is, I'm not going to say he's having a bad game because he's having a very superb game. It's just I don't think they played a quality defense all year long as what they're seeing tonight, and this Raider defense can fly. They got strong defensive linemen, good linebackers, speedy defensive back, and I think that's the equalizer tonight that the Bears have been used to running wild with their receivers. They're not able to do it tonight. Guajardo with a quarterback keeper. He sneaks his way for about 4 to 5 yards. Good piece of running right there by Guajardo. Gets a little bit of something out of nothing. A third down and manageable upcoming for the Bears.
And does a good job staying behind his big boys there as we see him tuck the ball in, look back to his right, say, I'm going to follow these big boys up the field and let them cover for me. And you're right, he does make something out of nothing there, puts him in a 3rd and 5 situation here. The play clock is ticking. It is down to 16. Something different that we're seeing is that the Bears
are slowing it down. They're slowing it down. They know every possession is a big possession, and the Bears are going to come very close to picking up that first down. They may get some help, though. I think the Raiders maybe have had a run blitz. That might be offsides on the Raiders.
And if it is so, it is going to be a first down for the Bears. Nonetheless, they're going to accept the penalty and take the yardage on there as they're facing 3rd and 5. That offsides will make it 1st and 10 with the ball on the 29-yard line.
Number 7 of the defense. By your penalty, first down.
So, Robert, they will accept the penalty. 5 yards, automatic first down. They needed 5, and they pick up the 5. So a new set of downs. The Bears are now sitting at the Raiders' 34-yard line. Of course, they'd like nothing better to do than to pad their 3-point lead with under a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter. A great ball game. The Bears lead the Raiders 10-7. Guajardo with Vasquez in the backfield. He's got 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. He gives it to Vasquez up the middle, eludes the first defender, falls forward for about a 4-yard gain.
And that should take us to the end of the 3rd quarter as the Bears, as we said, they've slowed it down. They're usually playing at a much faster pace. But, something different that I noticed is that the play calling, as the plays come in, the Bears are looking at their wrists. They got these wristbands that have the plays on there, and everybody's taking the time to go there as we see the fans here still backing up the Bears.
I opened Alex Restaurant with the intention to give people in Broadville and those who visit us a very unique experience in the area of retail. We saw the need to give people a personal experience that only a boutique could provide. Here in Alexandria, what we work for is searching for different pieces, textures we bring from India, from Mexico, trying to make this a different experience. The people to find treasures here in their own valley. It's a pleasure to welcome everybody and making them a part of our family. We invite you to discover Brownsville. You can't miss it.
Raiders with 190. It's about as even as it can get. The difference was the end of the first half. The Raiders had an opportunity to either tie the game, possibly take the lead. I would have settled for a field goal, but of course that's me. And here we go back to live action, 2nd and 6. Guajardo rolls out to his left, tries to find a receiver, does not, and he gets swarmed by 2 defenders. That is number 44, Mr. Reyna, Ryan Reyna, making that quarterback sack. And that is Reyna's 40th tackle of the season.
40th tackle, but none bigger than that one, sacking Guajardo in the backfield, setting up a 3rd and 11 there. Again, there was an opportunity to find number 5 for the Bears open, Ethan Castillo, but he's unable to set his feet underneath him before the pressure gets to him. So all he can do is tuck that ball and take the sack. And so now the Bears on a 3rd and 11 on their on the Raider 35-yard line here.
Castillo with 3 receptions for 56 yards. So Guajardo may be looking for again. And this time he felt the pressure and he had nowhere to go. A slew of defenders right there just swarmed Guajardo. They didn't go for him. And that's another quarterback sack.
And that's another quarterback sack for number 7. And, big time blitz being called there by the defensive coordinator. Have the Bears guessing and have the Bears taking out their punting unit right now with the ball sitting on the Raider 41-yard line. This is I think this is the 3rd time that they've been in Raider territory and have to punt.
Yeah, they have not gotten the job done the way they normally do. And credit where credit is due. This Raider defense is for real. The Bears have struggled. Once they get into the Raiders side of the field and a punt, and let's see if the Bears can pin the Raiders deep in their territory again, and I believe they will. And they're going to mark them down at about the 1-yard line. Maybe they'll give them the 1.5. Outstanding special team efforts from the Bears.
And here we see the punt again. Good job by the punter to get the ball off. And again, it takes a Bear bounce towards the Raider goal line. And the defense, the cover team does a good job taking the ball there at the 1, not letting it cross that line, the goal line there. So great job by number 10 for the Bears, Nevin Herrera.
And of course, that is Jose Alvarez doing an outstanding job punting for the Bears. The Raiders, once before they had to go 99.5 yards. They're going to have to go 99 this time. So, they've improved by half a yard on this field position. They trail 10-7, 10-12 remaining in the ball game. Still a long way to go. Rangel from the shotgun in the end zone. Fires, passes caught by number 83. Good reception right there by Israel Olivares. And the Raiders inch up to about the 10-yard line. They need to get to the 11, so it'll be 2nd and 1. No, they're going to give them the 11. 10-yard hookup on that play. First down, Raiders.
Yeah, no, that pass was caught at the 11-yard line, and so they do give them the necessary yards to move the ball out, get some breathing room for the Raiders. 1st and 10, ball on their own 11, and once again able to get out of deep of their own end zone.
And that is actually the Raiders' first down of the second half. Beltran with the catch, but gets belted quickly by Mario Cantu, and a short pickup, but still the Raiders moving the ball out of the shadows of their own end zone, as here we see in the replay. Just good catch, just good solid football, good catch, good defense, and a minimal pickup about 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, no, excellent job by both the receiver to hold on to the ball and the defensive back to make a play on that ball. And so now 2nd and 7 after that 3-yard pass.
2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left, flanked by the running back Gonzalez. Rangel looks, pumps, fires. He's got a man open, and it is caught. Number 25 with a big reception. Gets past a couple defenders, still on his feet, fighting for more yardage. That is Rolando Coronado. Rangel hits him in stride. The Raiders come out from their 1-yard line and have quickly pushed it up to the Bears' 40-yard line.
And that was just pure confidence by the quarterback with his receiver, number 25, Coronado, as he throws it downfield in the middle of the field. Coronado makes an adjustment to the ball. Here we see the replay. Rangel eyeing number 25 all the way. The wobbly pass brought in by Coronado, and he's able to make the rest with his legs, avoid some tackles there, as we see Beltran get tackled in the backfield on that play, Javi.
Yeah, Rangel, the quarterback, 3 for 3 on this drive for 58 yards, and you think they go back to that bread and butter run with Beltran, and instead the Bears rise to the occasion. That is a big time tackle right there by a player who I think has to really step up, and he's been doing it here in the second half. That's Jacob Sanchez, the middle linebacker. That'll be a 3-yard tackle. The Raiders upcoming 2nd and 13. They got pushed back all the way to the Bears' 45-yard line. Rangel fires, has a man in a slant pattern, and that is number 8, Nathan Salinas, a senior, fights his way for a Raider first down. And I tell you what, these Raiders are for real, man. They came to play. They do not want to have the Bears take 2 games in a row. They're at the Bear 33-yard line. There's 7:38 remaining in the ball game. The Bears clinging to a 10-7 lead.
And just a gritty group out there on the field for the Raiders offense as they faced adversity, taking it from the 99.5-yard line, now from that 1 yard line. And now they're making something out of nothing here. The pass from Rangel to his receiver, unable to bring it in with one hand.
That was Coronado, the intended receiver. Rangel with a pretty pass, just led him maybe half a yard too much. A one-handed effort right there by Coronado.
And here we see the replay, just a good old go route. Throws it to the outside shoulder of Coronado. If Coronado can get both hands on there, we might be talking about a big game for the Raiders, but it falls flat on the ground for an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders with the ball on the Bear 28-yard line.
Well, let's see if the Bears can come up with some defensive gem. 3 defensive linemen. They're going to have to stop the quarterback. The quarterback keeper sneaks by the official defensive front. It's going to be about a 5-yard pickup. It's going to get very, very interesting. It is 3rd and 5. The intensity is picking up. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Raiders at the Bears 23-yard line.
And what seemed to be like a long first half has quickly turned into a quick running second half, as we're already down to only 6 minutes and 40 seconds here in the fourth quarter. The Raiders driving, trying to erase the 10-7 deficit that they're facing.
Rangel receives the snap in shotgun. Looks, fires, finds a man open. The receiver catches it at about the 13-yard line. That's a fine grab once again by Rolando Coronado. And the Raiders pick up another first down, Robert.
And very fortunate for the Bears that Rangel throws it to Coronado, because they had a streaking Jonathan Garza off the right-hand side.
If he's a little bit more patient, he can fling it all the way into the end zone for perhaps an easy touchdown. But it's going to get hard. It's going to get difficult. 6.5 minutes left to go in the ball game. Check that, 6:10. That's how fast the clock is running. Rangel fires, throws, intercepted in the end zone. He was trying to hit Rangel, brought back by the Bears. He's going to get swarmed and tackled at the 21-yard line. What a turn of events. The Bears with a big turnover now. Tempers flare everywhere. That might be a couple of penalties now. That is number 3 with the interception, Juan Zambrano.
And the ball just sails out of Rangel's hands directly into Zambrano's fingertips, into his hands. And he takes the ball in the end zone, brings it all the way out to the 24-yard line. And after that, some frustration by both teams, as there's some extra contact going on. The officials up on the field are going to discuss it and see who is the guilty party. The ball is sitting right now at the 31-yard line of the Raiders, but it will be Bear football after that interception.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Flags on the field, offsetting penalties. And with the penalties now called and everything situated here, we see the replay. Rangel, again, the ball just sails out of his hand. High throw. Number 3 does an excellent job for the Bears. Zambrano taking it out of the end zone, bringing it up to the 31-yard line. So great job there by the Bears defense. So let's throw it down on the sideline with our new reporter, Destiny Duran. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you. And right now I'm here with PSJA High's cheerleading coach, Miss Kantu. So how have your girls been doing this far?
My girls are doing great, and actually I also have one boy. They're doing great. They work really hard. They have practice 6:30 in the morning every day, stunting, getting ready for pep rallies, making decorations for the school, and getting ready for community events. So they're always working hard. I'm real proud of them all.
Thank you, and good luck. Now back to you.
Thank you there, Destiny and Coach Cantu. And of course, the Bear cheerleaders and Barrettes and band and everyone else involved is huge. And talk about huge. What a turn of events. Gift wrapping the ball back to the Raiders. Are the Bears on first down? I cannot believe what I am seeing on the last 2 plays.
So turnover, and then you flip the coin and another turnover. So again, after giving a gift to the Bears say, thank you very much. We'll give a gift right back to you. Bad handoff on that exchange there. Unable to keep the ball in the pocket of the running back and just indecision.
Yes.
Indecision on that handoff gives the ball back to the Raiders.
And the Raiders with the ball at the Bears 32-yard line. It is getting really thick of intensity right now. Everybody's yelling and screaming on each side. The ball is given to the running back, Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to fight, and he fumbles the ball. And I want to say the Raiders get it back. So 3 plays in a row, 3 turnovers, and another penalty is thrown. And we're going to see what happened on this one. The freshman running back puts the ball on the floor, on the ground, on the turf. The Bears recover. Wow, I don't even know what to say.
We'll let the official say some words for us while we get our words together.
Possession, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 11 from PSJA. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Unfortunately, there on that play for the Raiders, here we see the freshman running back Gonzalez take the ball to the right-hand side. He gets his jersey grabbed, gets spun around, and just loses the ball there as his own player.
His own defensive lineman with an elbow to the ball jolts it out, and the Bears, Johnny on the spot, recover it. And that was number 99, J.J. Barrientos, with his biggest fumble recovery of his high school career. And the Bears are elated, but unfortunately they celebrate a little bit too much as a 15-yard penalty will push them back to their own 16-yard line. This is far from over, Robert, and we have 5:41 remaining. Wow, what a ball game.
I am just shaking my head after those 3 plays here.
And on first down, the Bears come out running, very conservative here in the second half. And I can guarantee you there's plenty of hands trying to strip that ball. And I say that, a penalty flag is thrown.
And that was thrown by the referee. And it will probably be another 15-yard penalty.
Dead ball, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 72 of the offense. Half a distance to the goal, first down.
Well, 2 15-yard personal fouls going against the Bears. Not good. They got to discipline themselves. That, of course, goes to their big, strong offensive lineman. He's asking the ref, like, come on, man, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just playing football.
Absolutely, Javi. These boys are taught to play one way, and that's exactly how they're playing it, rough and tough and 100%. But unfortunately, that's too much that the ref says, hey, bring it down a notch because you don't want to get anybody hurt. And so right now the call is going in favor of the Raiders as the Bears are marching in the wrong direction, facing now a second and about 17.
It's going to be a long one. I'll say that. I'm not sure if it's first or second down. A quarterback keeper, Guajardo eludes one defender, eludes another, tries to stay on his feet. He does. He is hit, knocked down after a short gain. In fact, he'll get the penalty yards back. He's going to inch his way up to the 19-yard line. It'll be third down upcoming for the Bears. Great elusive running right there by Trey Guajardo.
So we have the third down. The marker on the field says third down. The clock over here says second down. But I do believe they called a dead ball foul.
Right.
So it is going to be third and 7.
It should be third and 7. I think the sticks are correct over there on the far sideline. On third down, Guajardo tries to swing it out. He loses one defender, fires, finds a receiver. That is Marco Guajardo. He's going to get dragged down at the 29-yard line. He had to get to the 26, so Marco Guajardo picks up a first down from a fine pass from Trey Guajardo.
And it almost looked like he didn't touch the ground there, but they do blow the whistle. Again, good job by Guajardo eluding the pressure by 7 there. And I don't know if that knee ever touched the ground, but they do blow the whistle, but not before he is able to move the chains. First and 10, ball on the Raider 29-yard line. 4:30 remaining. Raiders do have 3 timeouts, however.
And the Bears have 2. They have the lead. They have the ball, everything in their favor right now. All they have to do is play mistake-free football and come away with a big win over their rivals, the Raiders. And on first down, once again, very conservative play calling from Rodriguez, and the Bears are going to try to milk this clock and sneak away with a big win. It'll be second down at about 7 yards.
There is way too much football to talk about sneaking away with anything at this point. The only thing that is sneaking away is a lead, which is a 3-point lead, which it quickly can change in anybody's favor here. But you're right, Javi. The Bears just got to keep that ball in their hands and keep moving the chains. They do get 3 yards there on that run by Guajardo, 2nd and 7, 3:35 on the snap.
And Guajardo will await that snap. 2 seconds on the play clock. It's a give to Vasquez up the middle. He gets upended, but he falls forward at the 36-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 3 upcoming. And this is about as big a play as we're going to have all evening. The Bears trying to extend the chains. They're trying to pick up 4 yards, keep the clock running, maintain possession. Of course, the Raiders are trying to get a big defensive stop here.
And so everything riding on the line on this play. The clock is ticking, 2:55. There's 10 seconds on the play clock. They're going to let this go down all the way to under 5 before they get the snap here, Javi.
They're at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They do snap it. Quarterback keeper Guajardo dives forward, and he's going to get down to the 41-yard line. They had to get to the 39, so that's more than enough for first down. The clock will stop momentarily as they fix the chains. We have 2:41 remaining. As soon as the ball is set, they will restart the game clock. As we see there, the fine run by Guajardo, the clutch run right there, picking up a valuable first down. And the Bears again, they're killing the clock. The Raiders with 3 timeouts. I'm not sure how long they're going to wait to spend them. 1st and 10. Bears are maybe a first down or 2 away from sealing this game. The Raiders look like they're going to get after them. Big, heavy pressure up the middle. Not much there, maybe about 2 yards. And the Raiders quickly call a timeout. That's their first of 3.
Hino Gas is a proud supporter of Valley High School sports and academics. We encourage you to be prepared for the fall and winter season. Visit HinoGas.com to get your propane discount. At Hino Gas, we're here to help. Call us today.
2-2 record overall, 1-0 in district.
No, not at all. I think coming into the ball game, these were 2 evenly matched teams, 2 very diverse teams. They're very different. The Bears do it through the ground, and they rely on their offense to outscore their opponents. The Raiders, they scratch and crawl. They rely on their defense to just keep them in the games and have their offense do enough to win ball games. And I think tonight we've seen just how talented both teams are, and we're very blessed that they both come out of PSJA ISD.
Absolutely. You talked about the Raiders having the number 2 offense and the number 2 defense being very well balanced, maybe underrated just a bit, while the number 1 offense with Trey Guajardo and the Bears, again, very powerful, very quick scoring, held in check. But the defense for the Bears, the difference, as they've been standing up and holding the Raiders here for only 7 points, and that came off the first drive there, off that 50-yard run by Beltran.
I'm going to add opportunistic defense because they dodged 2 major bullets, one right before the half and an interception in the end zone. If not, things would be a lot different. And on the give, Vasquez breaks free. He's off to the races. It's Vasquez against 7 on 7, and 7. Sanchez makes a tackle, but not before Vasquez picks up huge yards, but hold the phones. He may have been sprung because of a holding call.
And that might have been influenced a little bit by the side over there, the coaching side by on the visiting side as the flag comes down. And you're right, Javi, that ball will be coming back. Vasquez, though, tackled out of bounds, stops the clock.
Holding, number 5 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, second down.
Once again, a big penalty incurred by the Bears. They've been able to overcome a few of them. Here we see a fine run. Of course, it's off or not when your teammates are holding. That's why he got around the edge. Other than that, he probably would have been tackled for a minimal gain. It's going to be second down, a lengthy second down upcoming. The game clock taken away at 1:50. The play clock at 23 seconds. So the Bears can really eat up a lot of clock. I'm surprised the Raiders did not call a timeout.
And so they're hoping to get a big stop here so they can use their final 2 timeouts on the last 2 downs here, but you're right.
Well, now we're not sure what's going on now. Minute and a half remaining of the ball game.
And Kaufman wants an explanation as to why the clock began to run after the holding call.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1:48. 1:48.
Okay, so they're going to
And the
put
clock will start at the snap.
17 seconds. I wish you would have said put the clock back to 12 minutes because this has been one heck of a ball game. I hate for this game to end. I hate for there to be a loser, but my goodness, what great effort by these two programs.
All good things come to an end, and this is beyond good, Javi. And so this is a great football game here with 1:48. They do stop the clock there after that holding call. Bears have a 2nd and 18 here they're facing.
And on 2nd and 18, Guajardo pumps, fires, throws, caught by the receiver. He's going to get the penalty yards back. That is number 5 with the reception, Ethan Castillo. He's going to get all the way to the Bears' 43-yard line. The Raiders call their second timeout. It's going to be 3rd and long.
And so here on the replay, good pass by Guajardo to Castillo. Castillo able to get those 10 yards, make it a 3rd and 10. Raiders quick to call a timeout, so that play took a total of 8 seconds. 1:40 here, 3rd and 9. Ball is on the Raider 42-yard line, and the Bears trying to get something together to get that first down and put an end to the spectacular football game.
Guajardo with that completion Trey Guajardo, of course, has 202 yards passing. He's got 27 yards rushing. Marco Guajardo with 68 yards receiving. Ethan Castillo with 66 yards receiving. Mikey Flores with 51. But, if you look at the stat sheet, the Raiders have 272 total yards. The Bears with 259. It should read the Raiders should have the lead, at least be tied. But instead, it is the Bears who are 1 first down away from winning this ball game. Let's see what transpires here on 3rd and 9. Big-time play, big-time football, and not a big-time reception. And it'll be 4th down. The Raiders were very fortunate not to get a personal foul penalty on that one. Late hit. The referee kind of turned his head over and said, you know what, I'm not going to decide this football game. It's going to be 4th down and 9. Do the Bears punt or do they fake it?
Before I answer that question, they had an excellent play call there as the Raiders send the house on the blitz. They have a screen call. If number 7 is able to bring the ball down, Vasquez, he turns and runs, and he's able to get that first down. Instead, you punt the ball away, Javi. You punt the ball away.
And they will listen, and they will punt. Let's see where the Raiders will attempt to return it. In fact, they won't. It's going to roll your boat all the way to the 16-yard line. So with 1:24, the Bears 10, the Raiders 7. The Raiders with 1 timeout, the Bears with 2.
So this is turning out to be everything we expected it to be here in District 31-6A, I believe. 30-6A, thank you. And these two teams slugging it out tonight. The Raider offense huddling up, getting ready for what could be the final drive of this ball game.
And you know what, Robert? If the game stays at 10-7, my vote for MVP is going to be the Bears punter. By far, he was the best player out here tonight. Late addition to the offense for the Raiders. They're going to give it to Beltran. They throw it back to Rangel. Rangel's going to keep it, not fooling anybody. Slow developing play. That's going to eat up a lot of clock. And it's going to be a 2nd and 12, maybe even 13 coming up for the Raiders. A little razzle-dazzle, but that one fizzled out very quickly.
So I think they get their inspiration from the Philadelphia Eagles trying to run the Philly special there, but nothing doing. Nobody gets fooled on that one as Rangel gets tackled for a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12 now.
Rangel surveys the field, fires. And that one is nearly picked off as he threw into triple coverage, definite double coverage, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and long. The Raiders try to go over the top. An official timeout due to a injury. The player is up and about, but he's going to step out for a play at least, unless the Bears really want him in there and call a timeout, which they do, and that is because that's your best secondary person.
That is Zambra.
Jonathan Garza, Rolando Coronado have been the main receivers. I get a feeling you better key in on Arturo Beltran on this play. Either him or Coronado. Those are two I would blanket. Let anybody else try to beat you or at least get a first down. But 3rd down, the Raiders, of course, in 4th down territory as they face a steep uphill battle as they trail 10-7, 48 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Bears would like nothing better than to get a defensive stop and start the district season at 2-0. Rangel fires, open man, caught, and he gets out of bounds, and that is Jonathan Garza with the fine reception, about a yard more than what they needed for a first down. So the Raiders with new life, 42 seconds remaining, and they will have the ball at their own 26-yard line.
Good play calling there as they're able to hit the running back out of the backfield into the flats, and he's able to get out there. Actually, it was about 10 yards, so it's not the flats, but he's able to get for a first down there for the Raiders, and more importantly, stop the clock as he goes out of bounds.
And on a new set of downs, press coverage by the defense. Let's see if the Raiders don't elect to go over the top. And, oh, my, that was a scary play right there as the defender slipped. Andrew List slipped. The quarterback could have gotten the ball to his receiver, Coronado. It sails incomplete. That would have been something else if he would have caught it.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Little stop and go there, but he's unable to get back up the field as Rangel throws the ball, and it's uncatchable, so no call on that one. So one thing, if you're the defense coordinator, you're telling your boys, anything, keep them inbounds and make sure that you get the sure tackle, Javi.
Yeah,
get the sure tackle.
Keep them in front of you. Don't go for any pump fakes. That's what the Raiders want, and the pass is wildly thrown over Beltran's head. Sails incomplete. Once again, the Raiders are going to be forced into a 3rd and long situation. They've already converted one of those, but again, the time is of the essence, and the Bears are hoping that they can use these final 34 minutes and get a defensive stand and win the ball game 10-7.
And the crowd is on their feet, and they are loud, Javi, loud, I tell you. And so this is the loudest I've heard it in the time we've been broadcasting here at DHR Healthfield at PSJA Stadium.
It is intensity magnified here on 3rd down. Rangel under heavy pressure, eludes it, throws, incomplete. No penalty, so that'll bring up a 4th down. It is do or die for the Raiders, and the Bears have a golden opportunity to take over on downs and secure the win. A hard-fought ball game. Unfortunately, somebody's got to come with an L tonight, and the big W is going to become the bragging rights for a whole year. The Bears sideline is really trying to cheer on their defense.
So
they're hyped up. The defense is ready. 3 down linemen.
As Master Yoda would say, Javi, do or do not do. There is no try here, Javi.
Here we go. They're going to do it. And they're going to hook and ladder it. And they lose yardage. And it is over. You can hear by the roar of the crowd. The Bears defense, the unheralded defense, nobody thought they were going to be that good tonight. They come up with a defensive jam. They will take over downs, and the Bears will hold on to win tonight, 10-7.
And so here we see the replay, the old hook and ladder to Coronado. Pitches it back to Beltran, who is unable to get anywhere. Good play by number 2 for the Bears. Mario Cantu tackling him inbounds. signed, sealed, and delivered. 24.9 seconds. As soon as we get these penalties cleared
After
up.
days of possession, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 6 of the U offense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Bears will march backwards 15 yards, but that will not matter, Javi. 24.9 seconds here, and a first down for the Bears.
The Bears are elated. They came in hard fought. There you see the student section cheering on their beloved Bears. My goodness, what a ball game. And the Bears were going to go to 2-0. They have 24 seconds. We've seen crazier things happen though, Robert, but one play in victory formation should seal the deal. The Bears will go to 2-0 in district. The Raiders will fall to 1-1. The Bears were going to travel to what could potentially be the district championship next week. The district championship battle. They're going to travel to McAllen Memorial and face the Mustangs, while next week the Raiders will host the Nicky Rowe Warriors. So what a Friday night. It doesn't get any better than being here at PSJA Stadium, DHR Health Field. Robert, any final thoughts?
Just a wonderful ball game played by two great teams. The coaches, hats off to both sides for preparing these young men and giving the community a wonderful show on this Friday evening, Javi. Thank you for letting me be part of this.
On behalf of the upstairs crew and KTRI, we're going to send it down to Pedro and his final comments.
You know, Dad didn't choose a grave.
What about cremation? No, I mean, the kids and Mom don't want a funeral. We could still have a funeral.
Really?
Yeah, really. You mean like memorial service?
With music, a eulogy, pictures, everything?
How about this picture?
Sweetheart. Grandma would love that.
Cremation options for your family by Memorial Funeral Home.
The bonds we create with our pets can be powerful. A man's best friend really isn't just about dogs, but about any animal companion that brings us joy and unconditional love. Losing a loved one is heart-wrenching, but losing a pet can be just as difficult. Unconditional love deserves unmatched service, which is why we offer pet services for those special pets that become a special part of the family. We serve all the members of your family.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close of wanting to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We're this close.
This close.
This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease.
Ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we donate now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.